is on your butt, you are still in. 8,651 on your bum. Jarvis, you won. Jarvis, you won.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed your dinner this evening. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rachel Marsh, co-founder of the Ickle Pickles Charity with my husband, Andy. For those of you who do know me, you know that I don't take to the mic very often. I tend to leave that to Andy and Ben. But I'm doing it tonight for one special reason, so bear with me for a couple of minutes. I just want to say a big thank you to a very special person in the room. Julie, please can you give us a wave from the team? We're very sad to be saying goodbye to Julie at the end of the year. And I'd like to just give you a bit of background in terms of the work that she's done for us and how much we will miss her. I know she doesn't look old enough. Can't believe she's retiring. Julie's story of prematurity is a tough one to tell. There's some information on the screens. I certainly can't do it justice, but her twins, Harry and Jack, were born at King's College Hospital on the 23rd of December, 2013, at just 23 weeks and 6 days, both weighing less than 750 grams in weight and small enough to fit into the palm of each hand. Sadly, Harry passed away peacefully after 20 days, but Jack fought day and night, overcoming so many hurdles, and after 209 days, he was discharged home. The team at King's introduced us to Jules as a potential near hero for the charity, and we've never looked back. Jules has been a superstar and huge advocate for us during her 7 years. She's also given incredible amount of support to so many parents, through coffee mornings, peer support, and cotside chats. Julie's calm and gentle manner and her ability to relate to so many is quite remarkable and will be truly missed. However, once she gets the bit between her teeth, she's very tenacious. And if there's a fundraising event that Julie wants people to sign up to, she's unstoppable. No one says no to Julie. From fun runs to bake sales and tough mudders to incubator pushes, Julie has always got stuck in and rallied the troops, and we wish her the best of luck with her Great Wall of China trek later this year. It's her final official event fundraising for the Ickle Pickles, so she's making it a big one. Looking back at her time with us, Julie has been responsible for raising no less than £331,750. I'm sure you'll agree that's an amazing achievement. So thank you very much, Jules, and we'll certainly miss you.
Let's have a huge, huge Incubator Ball round of applause for Jules.
One is black and one is green. In a moment, Renee, I'm going to face the other way. The reason you're all here for this beautiful charity, the Ickle Pickle Incubator Ball. Give yourselves a huge round of applause.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I won't keep you too long, but I just want to tell you a little bit about our journey. So, Thursday, the 25th of June, 2009, the day that my beautiful boy on the screen was born. After a troublesome pregnancy with sickness, I unexpectedly found myself needing to get checked out of the hospital at 26 weeks, I should know this. We took ourselves to the local hospital as advised by my midwife, and I was hooked up to all sorts of machines, checking my blood pressure and keeping an eye on the baby. It wasn't too long before a doctor appeared in the room with some students. So many words will stay with me from that whole journey. He said, "Do you know what's happening?" "No," I replied. "You have severe preeclampsia and we hope you make it to 28 weeks. Do you have any questions?" I wasn't given long to reply before he left the room as I was broken down in tears. I did have questions, I just couldn't get them out through all the tears. So what did that mean and what happens now? And how can a baby survive being born that early? We waited, and at 26 weeks and 5 days, my preeclampsia just couldn't be controlled and our baby was born via emergency C-section. Some complications meant that I had to be put to sleep for the delivery, and I woke up to find that we'd had a little boy. I didn't get to see him for quite some time, as I myself was extremely poorly. We named him Owen, and it suited him so well. I fought hard to get to the unit to see Owen, and at just 4 days after his premature arrival, he was transferred to a new neonatal unit that was built in our city. I was so full of emotions. You can't take him, it isn't safe, he's just too small. The transfer took place, and I discharged myself from hospital and rushed to be by his side. Owen was the first baby admitted to that new neonatal unit, and it was captured by local press, and it became our little claim to fame. It was a long road ahead for Owen, and we found out that he would need heart surgery at a later date, but the here and now was that we needed to get him bigger and stronger. I hardly left his side, and I even turned up at the neonatal unit at 2 a.m, as I just couldn't sleep and I needed to be with him. To sit with him, to watch him, and to just be near. He did so well, he came off the ventilator and went on to CPAP, and then onto nasal prongs for his oxygen, and was growing well, ounce by ounce until he hit the next pound in weight gain. Around 11 weeks old, I noticed that he just wasn't himself, and after a chat on the ward round, it was decided that we would move him back to high dependency, and a plan was made to transfer him to a surgical hospital, as they were concerned that it was his heart. I cried so much watching that transfer service load him up and drive my baby to another hospital. I wasn't ready. This hospital was home for us. These nurses and doctors, they felt like family, and it was all familiar, and I felt like we as a family could take on the world, and it all became even more scary. We followed the ambulance to the new hospital, and very quickly it was decided that it wasn't his heart, but possibly an infection. Whilst there, he underwent an operation to save his sight. He would need transferring again for this operation, but thankfully, the hospital was just across the road. It was that close that I could have actually carried him, but of course, I wasn't allowed. Owen underwent surgery that night to save his sight, and it felt like forever. We got the news that the operation was a success, and the plan was to keep him at this hospital for a few days' recovery, as this was where his treatment had taken place. A few days later, Owen wasn't himself. He seemed uncomfortable and just couldn't settle, and this went on for a couple of days. On Monday, the 21st of September, we were woken to a call from the hospital. "It's Owen," they said. "He's deteriorated and you need to get here ASAP. Drive carefully." Chris, my husband, drove us there and I sobbed the entire way. We arrived to see Owen sedated and ventilated. And whilst waiting for the consultant to come and see us, Owen crashed in front of us and we had to watch as our baby was resuscitated. Soon after, it happened again and we couldn't watch our baby go through that. We were escorted to a side room, and what felt within minutes, someone arrived and asked us to sign some paperwork for Owen to be taken to theatre to find out what was happening. We called family, and my mum and sister arrived, and just as they did, a team entered the room and asked them to leave. It was like one of those out-of-body experiences. We were told the most devastating news and words that will still haunt me to this day. Owen's condition isn't compatible with life. The room was spinning, and I just couldn't believe the words that I'd heard. At the same time we were told this devastating news, my mum and sister were also told out in the hall. And I could hear my sister screaming in the hallway, and it just didn't feel real. It couldn't be real. Not our baby, not our Owen. More family were called, and we had Owen christened, and we were allowed as much time as we needed. But no amount of time would ever prepare me for what was about to happen. Chris and I were with Owen as they switched off the machines, and Owen passed away in my arms at 4:45 that afternoon. And I've never felt or known pain like it. How could this be? He was supposed to be coming home. We were supposed to be transferring back to our home unit that day, and now my baby was gone. Our world just crumbled around us. Out of all of this heartache, one thing we knew was that we did not lose Owen in vain, and I'm a strong believer that he was brought into this world to make change. As a family, we are passionate about supporting others that are going through the neonatal journey. Owen's daddy, Chris, thought up a fundraising idea for us, and it just kind of spiraled. Family and friends got involved, and we completed a 20-mile walk, raising thousands for our local neonatal unit. And this is where the wonderful Ickle Pickles came in. They entered our world, and they're the reason that you're all here tonight supporting such an amazing charity. Ickle Pickles were looking for volunteers and ambassadors to work with local neonatal units, being the link between the neonatal unit and the charity itself. My nickname for Owen was Pickle, so this just felt even more fitting. I jumped at the chance, and this allowed me to keep Owen's memory alive and support some incredible neonatal units looking after some of the smallest and sickest of babies. This became our opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for giving us the most 12 wonderful weeks of our lives. We may have lost our little beautiful boy Owen, but we got to love him in person for 12 weeks and in our hearts for forever. I began organising events, small walks, family fun days, bake sales, and incubator balls just like this in our area. A year after volunteering, I was offered a permanent position with Ickle Pickles, and I jumped at the chance. And for the next 10 years, we carried on fundraising and working hard to support these premature and poorly babies. Throughout this, Chris and I have been having IVF, as sadly, a second baby didn't come easily for us. Our third go of IVF was a success, and our beautiful Luna arrived at 34 weeks. Again, we were back on the neonatal unit, but only for a few short weeks, but we're so grateful for the incredible care that she also received. As we all know, COVID came along and it changed the world, and it changed all aspects of my job with Ickle Pickles. And in that time, my husband Chris, who's here tonight on the incubator just over there, and has been such a huge help to Ickle Pickles events and behind the scenes. We had set up our own business, and I made the very difficult decision to leave Ickle Pickles. At this point, we'd helped to raise over £500,000, and it felt just the right time. This came with a huge thanks to so many people that got involved in so many fundraising events that I had organised. And what a lovely way to end my time with Team Ickle Pickles, and there certainly were a lot of tears from me. That said, I couldn't stay away for long. The Ickle Pickles is a small team and an incredibly close one, and an opportunity arose for me to come back, and I just couldn't say no. So now I'm back doing what I love, and hopefully to make a change to the care provided on neonatal units up and down the country with our fundraising events, including our new one, which is our sponsored Incubator Push, which is taking place up and down the country. I'm forever grateful for the care that both of my babies received, both Owen and Luna. Luna knows about her big brother. She knows how both she and Owen were cared for by some amazing and wonderful people, and she too gets involved with our fundraising to help support other families and babies experiencing the neonatal unit. Just wanted to say thank you all for listening to our story and our experiences of life on the neonatal unit, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. But it seems only fitting to finish this off with a few words from my daughter Luna, if I may. Thank you.
Please help us help the poor little tiny babies. Thank you.
£9,500, £10,000, 10,000. He's out.
Yeah, I went to school with Darcy, she's a very good friend. She will probably be coaching the principals, going up to Nutcracker, and so I said if I get Darcy then she will pledge even more, so that's the deal.
Wow. Wow, everybody.
Because this is such a special cause, the audience were incredible, the guests were so generous, the bidding incredible, the generosity staggering, and they were also really polite. Just couldn't ask for better.
Thank you to everyone who came tonight to make a difference for the smallest and sickest babies. Each donation makes a huge difference to tiny babies. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. It's my favourite night of the year every year. Your generosity, your support, it's absolutely incredible. Thank you, and I really hope we see you again next year.
Thank you so much for donating for Ickle Pickles. It makes big difference for our small babies.
Thank you for donating. Thank you so much to our sponsors for this evening. You've helped to make this an amazing evening, so thank you very much for 2025 London Incubator Ball.
Thank you for your donation, makes a real big difference.
Just a huge thank you to everybody that's attended tonight. We're raising money for Homerton Neonatal Unit and the Royal London Neonatal Unit. It's been such a great night. Everyone's had a great time and we've raised lots of money. So a big thank you.
Hello!
We've come to the end of the night from the Ickle Pickles Ball 2025. We've had an amazing, amazing evening. My throat is killing me. We have smashed our targets and we have raised £88,000. Our best ever Incubator Ball.
£88,000 profit, come on!
Thank you everyone who's helped and donated and supported.
Thank you.
Ladies and gents, we have raised £88,000.